Three, two, one, go.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Uh, some TD.
An album cover,
Yes.
episode 24, Cracked Rear View.
Yep.
Cracked Rear
Oh.
View. Cracked Rear View.
Hi, I'm Paul Mr. Cleveland, living in the city of Cleveland, in the state of Cleveland, in the United States of Cleveland. And for some real reason, I'm going to review another 90s album. One that actually kind of stands the test of time, but not at the same time because, well, we were children back then. And one of our favorite bands back then when we were growing up was Hootie and the Blowfish. Which one was Hootie? Which one was the Blowfish? Well,
that wasn't exactly the reason why they named the group that, but yes. It wasn't like the black guy was Hootie and the other guys were the Blowfish.
Yes, but Darius Rucker was the lead singer, and he now has a successful countries. He did the cover of Wagon Wheel. Or was it Wagon Wheel?
Yeah, he covered Wagon Wheel.
Yeah. And it's a good one, but this is one of the few albums out there that this is one of the few bands that had a great album. And the first album was excellent. Then it goes downhill from there. Another band that I get reminded of is actually King Crimson.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've ever heard In the Court of the Crimson King and then their stuff later on, it just goes downhill after that.
Like just one great album and then nothing after that.
Yes, basically. And one day that's going to be another album I'm going to review. In the Court of the Crimson King. But today is going to be Cracked Rear View, which has a sense like Hootie and Blowfish had the similar fate as King Crimson.
Yeah, their follow-up, Fairweather Johnson, wasn't really very good, and then the third one, I think there was a third one.
There was Musical Chairs, I think.
Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Fairweather Johnson wasn't terrible. Just I couldn't name a hit off of that, to be honest.
Tucker's Town and Old Man and Me.
The Old Man and Me was okay.
So
anyway, Cracked Rear View, one of the greatest selling albums of all time, right?
Yes.
At least greatest selling debuts of all time.
And also it kind of had a little bit of the 90s Southern rock.
Touch of it, yeah.
Because
it was really a sound that was incredibly popular in the early to mid 90s, where it wasn't. So it was the opposite of the grunge stuff because you had the grunge rock sound, but then you also had this pseudo college kind of lazy hippie country rock thing.
Yeah, well,
you know songs that you hear on Friends all the time.
Well,
songs white people like.
In some ways, there was kind of a little bit of a hippie revival in the 90s.
Yeah. We'll go on with the album.
But the Cracked Rear View, it's the first song is Hannah Jane, a good song. It's guitar, the usual 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. It's like And She'll Be Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Good alternatives kind of song there. Wasn't a hit, but it was a great way to open the. But the second song, Hold My Hand.
That was the one everybody fell in love with. Was that the first song or the second song?
Second.
That was the second song.
And
that was the one with the video with Dan Marino.
No. That's another video.
Oh,
that's coming soon. But,
all right. Go back to Hold My Hand then. I'm getting all confused myself now.
Well, actually, if I ever had the chance, the movie Someone Will Never Forget.
Mm-hmm.
That's a song I actually want it to open with because. Shows,
I'm gonna love you the best day, the best day.
Because it'd be for people at 13 and 14, 1986, and it's like have the last summer hurrah before everything goes to crap. But
right,
and they all have to go to high school.
Back to school, right? Back to school. Show my
dad and different schools. But there's an interesting fact on this. David Crosby sings background in Hold My Hand. Yeah, the lazy guy from CSNY.
Wow, did they have to go over to his hammock he was laying in to just get the vocals or what?
Whatever. I'm just gonna sit here and
And give Melissa Etheridge my stuff so she can have a kid.
Yeah,
Even though it was the other woman that got impregnated.
I think it was the
Anyway, go on. That has nothing to do with the
number
songs.
3. Let Her Cry.
Wait, that was the first one. That was the third one. And that's the one with Dan Marino in the video?
No,
Man, I'm all over the place.
this
All
is the sepia tone one.
Hold my hand.
It's like Let Her Cry.
Let her cry. All right. Well, anyway.
But it's kind of a sad. It's kind of a sad song. It's about a relationship that it's like, I fell in love with her once. It's why did I fall in love with her again?
Yeah, she's going through drug addiction and things like that.
Getting high and then he's getting drunk.
So he grabs a beer and sits down and feels sorry for himself. It's well written lyrically.
And then she sits alone on a shrimp boat. I mean, lamppost. Because you say shrimp boat.
I used to say shrimp boat.
Yeah, bubblegum shrimp.
Sits alone on a shrimp boat.
And so, no, this is a song with Dan Marino video. I only want to be with you.
I only want to be with you. Okay.
Yeah, only want to be with you. Yeah, and
that's the first song. That's the fourth song. What the F? All right. So anyway, that was where they had really established their fame, and he's stealing the Bob Dylan lyrics and all that stuff. And
I shot a man named Greg, took about to Italy. And yeah, that's well, they settled it in court, but still, it should be like Rocker, Dylan.
There are people who are using Justin Timberlake lyrics in their songs now. It's weird to me, man. It's just.
Well, the best one was from B-52's Detour for Your Mind, where they used MacArthur Park. So, who do you think you are, MacArthur Parker?
The one I find weird is there was a song I liked in the late 90s, and it's titled I Could Never Be Your Woman, and it's about a dude singing about how he can't be with another dude because the other dude's straight. And now I hear this one specific musical part in this song that's out now. It's a cool musical part.
It actually came from a 1920s 30 song called My Woman.
Yeah,
My Woman.
That's, you don't have to sing the whole thing, but it's. I figured you'd know that it came from somewhere else. That yeah. Okay.
It was a.
I had a feeling it was taken from something older. So all right, that's pretty cool.
I'll play it a little bit later, but and they had Chris Berman in the ESPN in the music video. He could not go all the way. They're playing football, basketball, and golf.
Wait, what is it?
Only want to be with you.
Only want to be with you.
And
because I only want to be with you.
And this is like where I say
that they have my hand.
It has a little bit of like they put a mandolin in it.
Right. All three of those songs sound very much alike to me as I'm thinking back on it. That's why I'm confusing them all in the videos they were. Oh well.
The fifth song is "Running from an Angel."
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of another one of those alternative country kind of thing, but they use a fiddle in it. Great song, and kind of has I'm like running to the devil is like something they got from Van Halen or something, or David Lee Roth.
Well, that's running with the devil, and that's about doing drugs. I'm running with the devil, and just getting into shenanigans.
And the sixth song is "I'm Going Home," which is a good rock ballad.
Okay.
And they played it on the House of Blues once.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a "Sha-na-na, I'm Going Home." That should have been a hit because it does have a good hook, and it's kind of a.
How many singles did they actually put out from that album?
I think 4.
I thought it was 4 as well. I didn't realize that. What was the fourth one again?
Only Want to Be
With You. I didn't realize that was the fourth one. Oh well.
And yeah, it's a.
So the first one was Time.
No, the first one was The first hit was Hold My Hand.
Hold My Hand.
Then Let Her Cry. Only Want to Be With You, and Time.
Time. Oh, Time was the fourth one that came out.
As a single.
Oh, I thought you said that I Only Want to Be With You was the fourth one.
That's the fourth track.
Yeah, I understand that now. What was the first single that they came out with?
Let Her Cry.
Let Her Cry.
Who's on first?
Right. And then what was the second single they came out with?
What's on second?
All right. What was actually their second single?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope we'll do the Abbott and Costello thing, because that's what's becoming.
I find that really funny that's how we screwed that up.
And I just click, like, subscribe, whatever, get notified. Now we go to the second half. Drowning. this is actually kind of a little bit of a protest song, because the thing is that Darius Rucker got tired of looking at the rebel flag, the Confederate rebel flag. It's
Right.
like, why are you flying this all over the place? It's like before, and probably was happy that it's now canceled.
Well, and it should be. I mean, there was only one thing that I liked about the Confederate flag when I was a kid, and it was because I was 8 years old, and it was on that car from the guys in the Dukes of Hazzard.
Mm-hmm.
But once I actually learned what the Confederate flag stood for, the other guys who wanted their own nation and not be a part of the United States of America anymore, because slavery, and it wasn't because they were the side against slavery, then I decided, well, hey, that Confederate flag, that's not so cool.
What happens if we burned it?
Well, we don't have to burn the Confederate flag. Just I don't want to see it around anymore. And you know what? If you're the kind of person who's got to fly the Confederate flag because you don't understand that the worst part of it is the worst part of it, and for that reason you shouldn't fly one in the first place, go ahead and fly your stupid damn flag. Because you can say all day that you want about how it's against the tyranny of an unjust government, but when your reasoning behind your tyranny is slavery, that defeats your argument. Oh, because then we'd be black people work for free for us. Well, then figure something else out because you're never mind. Anyway, go on.
That's what Drowning is, a protest song.
Which is good. Yeah, that's
and,
very good.
And he also mentions about like they see the church as like they call him friend and brother. And it's like then other people's like, why don't you go back to Africa? It's like
yeah, that's right. It's a tough song.
And he even drops the S bomb. He says, "I'm tired of hearing this shit."
Okay then.
That because it's what Darius Rucker just busted it. Expresses opinions on a lot of things in this song.
All right, very good.
Eighth song, which was the final single on there, I believe, is Time.
And that is correct. I always remembered there being 4 singles, and I'm sorry that I asked it the weird way that I did, so that you thought I was saying the track number. I knew which track number we were on. But I had always so Let Her Cry was the first single. Yeah. Time was the 4th single, and then the other 2, Hold My Hand and I thought Hold My Hand was first.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's tough to remember because again, that was 25, almost 30 years ago at this point. So,
but Time is like, why is time punishing me? It's like, like the
you can't escape time.
It's like, past comes and goes, future's far away, the present just lasts for a second. It's like, and time is very punishing. It's a little bit better than that other song called Time by Pink Floyd. I still don't understand why they combine Dark Side of the Moon with The Wizard of Oz.
I always liked
A Night at the Opera with The Night at the Opera.
No, Mercury Morris in the time. That wasn't that guy's name. Mercury Morris was a football player.
What were you thinking of?
They do that song in that it's from the late 80s or early 90s. They were in that John Candy Dan Aykroyd movie where Dan Aykroyd directed it and Tupac was in the group.
Oh, that's Digital Underground.
Digital Underground. No, I confused them with somebody else too then. Well, never mind. It doesn't matter. It's that guy with the big nose and he talks about having a
Humpty Dumpty guy.
Yeah, Humpty Dumpty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's your chance to do the hump.
Number 9, Look Away. Not to be confused with...
no, I think that's a different guy too. Never mind. Go on.
Look Away. Not to be confused with Diane Warren's Look Away that was done by Chicago. This is a song that they actually wrote.
All right.
Another song that look away, don't look, and what have you.
Right. Ignore the awful things that you're seeing around you and just act like nothing's happening.
And like
that's almost as bad as being a bad person.
Mm-hmm. And like there's another song that has a fiddle in it.
Okay.
And again, it's not to be confused with the Chicago Diane Warner song. Warren's. Why do you call her Diane Warner?
I almost said Diane Warwick.
Because no, that's Dionne Warwick.
See, exactly.
Diane Warren did that, wrote that song for Aerosmith.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
And the 10th song, Not Even the Trees, another good slow rock song. I don't know this one that much, but it's a real good one. It's got a little bit of jazz, boom, 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 and it's like he's feeling weak and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. The 11th song is Goodbye, which is basically just almost like a torch song because it's just basically piano and organ.
I thought that was a song from The Sound of Music.
No.
Off Theater's aim, goodbye.
No, Darius Rucker's singing about nothing lasts forever, so goodbye.
Man, he must have been going through some pretty tough breakup or something when he was writing all this shit.
Well, it probably adds a little bit of blues to it. That was actually popular in the 90s. There was a little bit of a blues revival.
Yeah, that is true. Remember the Eric Clapton album?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And with B.B. King.
Yeah, and
a lot of the other stuff that he released around that time.
Yeah, and I think Van Morrison actually got a good breath of fresh air during the 90s as well.
A little comeback as well, yeah.
So that was a big thing. And the last song is it's actually a hidden song.
Mm-hmm.
It's an a cappella where he sings, Darius Rucker himself sings, Sometimes I Feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like a motherless child.
Yes, right. I remember that. I would like letting the album go so I could hear that. It's like really deep into it. Like you got to let the last song play forever on the CD.
Yeah, but I think of all the Drowning was actually a hit song, but not as big as the other four.
That must have been maybe like a fifth single or something that I just don't recall. Yeah. Maybe, because they didn't they come out with the second album relatively quickly?
I believe so.
About within the year, so they were still riding the wave of the success of the first album.
Yeah, actually, the last song was a traditional song. It was a spiritual African American song.
Correct. Yes.
Because again, it was.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Mm-hmm. And that goes back to the early days of the blues. I'm pretty sure a blues artist recorded that.
Yeah.
I think Clapton recorded it, didn't he?
And it was even done during the civil rights movement.
Yep.
So yeah, it's, like in my opinion, it's like if I had like the 99 best albums. Well, I'm not doing 100 because we like doing 99 because we're only doing 99 episodes, but we're going to be doing. But next week, we're going to review a bad album.
Okay.
And we're going to start off with, and the bad album we're going to start off with is Genesis Calling All Stations.
And what year was that?
1997.
97?
Yes. Huh? Phil Collins left the band, and that was when Phil Collins left the band because he got tired of Tony Banks and Mike Rutherford, perhaps.
Interesting.
They should have called the band Exodus because
should have called it Revelations because it's the end. Although Genesis got back together, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, aren't they touring this year or something? Right.
But they had like this new singer and new drummer. It's like
interesting.
It does. Again, I don't recommend that album, but I'm going to review it next week. I might do that one solo.
Yeah, that's one you could actually do by yourself, but that's one that I would like to listen to just to hear how awful it sounds.
Sure, it's on one of my spot things.
I can either find it on your Spotify or possibly even some tracks on YouTube or something.
So that'll be it. I'm Paul Mr. Moore, living in the city of Cleveland and state of Cleveland and the United States of Cleveland. Hey, at least we're out of Afghanistan.
Okay, you don't have to use that each time. All right, and we're clear.